Welcome back, Mastercrafted Gaming fans. Caleb and Kyle coming in with yet another Tactical Kings of War.
Killing it.
I mean, wow. I mean, it's like we did three. Almost. Yeah, it's amazing. So what we're going to talk about tonight is one of my favorite things in the world to do. You know, it's the little pleasures. The little pleasures. And that's baiting some BS cavalry, some hard hitter, some 310-point unit that's bringing the heat, and you throw a 75-point unit at them and go, ha. So we're going to talk about that because it's something I did in our last game and I did very effectively. Kyle, would you just
I got a soft spot for cavalry, okay? There's just something magical about them. The way they just...
He loves the cavalry.
The way they just like come charging, they hit hard. We know that you got to get the charge.
Yes.
Have to. Otherwise, it's almost a wasted unit. It's not effective in any way, shape, or form. And that charge is more than likely going to come down flank.
Absolutely. That's their best place because typically those units, they don't have a huge frontage and yet they're really expensive and they don't grind well.
No.
Those cavalry units don't grind well, but they can hurt you. They can hurt you bad. And if you let them run wild, I mean, you're in for a world of hurt. I mean, the very first game we played, Kyle had the table flipped around. I was facing the wrong direction because the cavalry, I let it get through the flanks. I let it get back behind me. And it turned into a real crap
It was
store.
a great game, guys. Check that out. It's on our channel just a few videos back.
Actually, I talked to a guy about that for 3 weeks in a row because I was
wearing a shirt that says McAwesome.
Yeah. Why we got? Anyways, so here's a scenario that was very similar to something we did in our last game. So we're simulating that he went first, and he moved up the unit. Not so aggressively, he would get charged. He kept 18 inches out of the chariot unit, so that he wouldn't take a frontal charge. Because once again, a cavalry unit with thunderous charge doesn't want to grind. He wants to hit because he's got to have battles he can win straight up.
Yep.
So this is a reason why I love chaff like this. So number one reason, low nerve, 9/11. I want him to break. I want him to get routed. What I don't want is them to get wavered or stick on the table most of the time because... Well, I mean, if they stick, okay, that it could be worse. But if they get wavered, it's really bad because then I can't multi-charge. I can't move left. I can only move backwards. I can't allow anything to happen there. So in this instance, I got my bait up here. So this puts you in a hard spot with a cavalry unit, an expensive one. And I know you'd have other units on the table, but for this single unit, he's got to make a decision. Do I want this? Because what do I got? I got 3 charges that are about to take me down. And when I add up all these units, sure, they're more than that, but with this is really what I'm looking at. 75 points is going to take down 310, which is, that's the cost of Soul Reaver Cavalry, right? So,
it's not going to kill it directly, no.
No.
But what you're doing with them, strategically,
Correct.
is going to take them out of the game, one way or another.
Yes. He's got the charge here. Not even a question. I left it out there for him on purpose. That's why it's called baiting a charge. Or baiting a cavalry unit. So he comes up. He takes him down.
Let's say that happens. Let's actually go ahead and simulate what's going to happen here. I get the charge. They're going down.
Yeah. He breaks him. No problem. So now what he's doing, and Kyle alluded to this in our last game, is that he's looking for his best, or his least worst disaster.
Yeah. Most manageable disaster.
So he's like, all right, so he's got a multi-charge here from these 2 units for sure. Here's the other thing I can do, though. I got 3 shooters here. I can soften him up if I want to with these units and then let him decide which one he wants to take down. So the complexity is even deeper now. Sure, I can give up another unit, but will it benefit me to get him completely off the table? Is there something behind there that's a little better target that I don't want to get hung up? Because I may not break him in 1 round. I probably won't. It's probably going to take 2 rounds. So if he takes this unit, a hero, or if he takes the chariot unit, I've got flank charges on him, but then I can get past him. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of things I got going on there, a lot of depth, a lot of strategy, all by baiting that.
This is in this situation. That's got to happen. This is the worst scenario, so that you don't get behind me. And then a unit like this that normally wouldn't be all that great shines because it's getting double attacks on a flank or potentially a rear.
And let's not forget, this is not an individual. So he's going to get double and treble attacks. So this unit, even though he's only normally got 7 attacks, he's got 14 or 21 if he gets around on your butt. Serious things to do here. Which one of these are a good situation for the Soul Reaver Cav? None of them. None of them are good. They're all bad.
Something that's important to remember for the guys out there like me that like cavalry, I recommend you can be patient with your cavalry. They can do something on the very last turn of the game. They can swing things for you. If you need to hang back, if you need to bail out of there and redeploy, you've got the speed to do it. Don't be afraid to see a situation like this and get baited into a bad spot, because it's exactly what happened to me in our last game, and it lost me the whole thing very, very early. So,
and then lastly with the cavalry, remember, they can grab objectives for you so late in the game. They're so fast. I mean, most of them have an 18-inch movement, at minimum a 16-inch. That's going to be huge. When you got to grab a 200-point objective or grab the loot to get off the table, that's going to make or break the game for you. Don't forget that aspect of what they can do.
Don't get so bloodthirsty that you just have to go get that unit that's hanging out there and looks yummy.
I'm glad you said it.
Yeah.
I didn't have to,
well,
because that's what it comes down to. Once again, let's roll back to psychology real quick. If you know the guy, if you know the guy's got a little bit of a sicko problem with running lances up people's beeholes, I mean, I got Brad laughing too. If you know he's got that problem, throw the bait out there. I bet he takes it, because he really can't help himself. It's his nature.
It's not going to happen again.
So, hey, thanks for checking us out. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe, or don't. Call my mom names. I'm cool with that too. Yeah.